The Chesapeake Bay is our natural heritage.
Andrew Cortez cares deeply about this famous body of water.
A healthy bay helps everyone.
The retired law enforcement officer was an investigator for 36 years, working to keep the Chesapeake in check as a special agent with U.S. Fish and Wildlife. Now he has concerns about the group meant to do just that, the Virginia Marine Resources Commission, which oversees Virginia Marine Police.
One of the things that really struck me was the amount of money they're spending on what I would consider to be toys, unnecessary squandering of public money.
He's talking about the recent purchase of this boat, a $183,000 2024 Pathfinder. Documents he received through a Freedom of Information Act request, which he showed CBS 6, shows the purchase was made March 5th.
It's got these, what they call them, rocket launchers. They're sort of they're a holder for rods, for fishing rods. And it's got the full, the fisherman package on it. It is not something that would be used for law enforcement or for fisheries research.
VMRC told CBS 6 this boat is, quote, industry standard, has not been deployed yet since it's being upfitted with law enforcement specific equipment, and fishing rod holders will be removed, along with recreational fishing features that do not have a function for law enforcement patrol.
This is wasteful for an agency that has a budget about the size of the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts.
There's also been a drop in VMRC-related arrests made on the water and subsequent convictions. Between 2017 and 2018, there were 1,202 arrests and 988 convictions. Between 2021 and 2022, there were 667 arrests and 533 convictions. Based on the numbers Cortez received through his own research and Freedom of Information Act requests, Cortez thinks
their conviction rate is about 73%, which is dismal. In wildlife law enforcement, marine law enforcement, it should be in the high 90s because you're catching people in the act.
The VMRC says the decrease is due to a shift in policing on the water, no longer focusing on, quote, non-conservation violations, traffic offenses, recreational license violations, and fisherman identification program violations, as well as other outside factors.
My friends still in the agency, they tell me that about 6 officers write half the tickets. So it's kind of lopsided.
Cortez isn't the only one challenging the VMRC's practices. In April, the Virginia Police Benevolent Association sent this letter to the Attorney General's office, claiming 2 things. First, that Marine police officers were illegally recorded while in the workplace. And secondly, several police package Dodge Durangos that were said to be used for, quote, agency police usage were going to non-sworn officers.
And we're concerned because those vehicles could be going for what they're supposed to be to provide law enforcement services by the Marine Police rather than being used for civilian use, which takes away from services from the taxpayers. They're paying for something that's outside the norm.
VMRC told CBS 6 the purchase of the vehicles is being investigated by the Office of the State Inspector General. The Attorney General's office is not commenting on the letter at this time.
We're going to expose whatever corruption's out there because that's just the right thing to do. That's what the organization that we represent and our officers represent. We take an oath. These officers took an oath. I mean, what are they supposed to do? Ignore it?
So this, in my opinion, this administration, all show, no go. They're not delivering on their promises, and they're not there for the public. They're not helping us one bit.
We sent more questions to the VMRC after our interviews with Mr. Cortez and Mr. Goska. You can find the VMRC's full response to those questions by going to our website, WTVR.com. In Richmond, I'm Elizabeth Holmes, CBS 6 News.